Hey, do you have an idea for a podcast but don't know where to start? Or do you have an already existing podcast that you want to take to the next level? Well, check out WeKnowPodcasting.com. From concept development to theme music to editing to logos, WeKnowPodcasting.com is a one-stop shop for all things pod. Don't hesitate to hit us up. We're very nice.
Well, there's a party each and every year on Christmas Eve, where the fun and cocktail shrimp don't seem to end. Clark and Ralphie taking turns on the TV screen, laughing, singing, yelling with all of our friends. Well, it's Christmas, and everybody's gonna spread the holiday cheer. It's Christmas. Oh, it's the best time of the year.
Hey, Dylan.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank
Damn it,
you
you
very
stole my
much.
bit.
That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. It seems a bit bizarre, but things the way they are. It's almost as if losing war's been won for me. And if I had a flag, I'd hang me flag out. Oh my god, dude. Hey, Matt, I have been waiting. What episode are we on? Are we 52?
We're past 50. This is almost getting near 60, damn.
Dear 60,
damn it.
god damn. Oh my god, dude. I have been waiting since we started this damn show to talk about what we're talking about tonight, man. My excitement, through the roof. Oh my god, I'm super hyped. We're talking Albert Finney's Scrooge. I'm sorry, I'm jumping right into it. I'm not burying the lead here.
I already had a whole thing. You were going to say, hi, Matt, and I was going to say before we start, I just wanted to say thank you very much for introducing me to this movie. But you got me, you beat me to it. That's fine. It's fine.
I mean, before we get into anything, we should do this.
You're an evil man. Like, I'm not even like a Whamageddon person, but you're like so driven by the chaos of ruining people's Whamageddon.
It is such a horrible thing. I don't understand why it took off. There are and people have like reached out to me since then and been like, it's not about like the fact that we dislike the song. And I'm like, well, if you don't dislike the song, why are you depriving yourself of hearing one of the greatest Christmas songs ever written?
I got it. So I've never participated in Whamageddon.
Okay.
But a friend of mine posted something the other day, and it was the first time that I was like, oh, I get the appeal of this. And it was that he said, went to 3 malls and was a vendor at 2 different punk rock festivals this weekend, and I'm still in the game, baby. And like, and it's like, and like suddenly I was like, oh my god, I do kind of get the appeal of this. Not even from like I dislike the song, but just like I could do the exact same thing with like Mariah Carey's
So
All I Want for Christmas Is
Pick
You.
a song
You know what I mean?
that's not amazing.
Well, I mean, I love All I Want for Christmas Is You too.
Oh, I love that song too.
I like the idea of like you could even do it with like modern music, like Whapageddon, where you're just like, all right, I'm going to go through the entire summer without hearing the song WAP anywhere, and like there's something exciting about the like, oh man, I made it another day, it didn't happen, like,
dude,
I'm
that would have been insane.
Game.
What? Not this past summer, but like last summer.
Last summer, just
if you just started in like June, you were like, you know what? From this day forward, we're in the middle of Whapageddon, baby. Like, I need to go all summer without hearing
I do
WAP.
think we changed it to WAP. I do think it's WAP. I think it's wet ass pussy, not wet old pussy. But
It is. But it's almost, it's like the GIF argument. Like, for some reason, the creator wants to call it GIF. Graphics. Dude, no, I mean, I get I have the opposite interests where I'm like, I love just watching people seethe in anger as the connection is being made. It's the same appeal as the Rick Roll, but I think the Rick Roll has died. Like, I'm over the Rick Roll.
See, but I think yours shouldn't have counted anyway, because I thought it was that it had to be the original, no covers, and you had the class sing it.
Oh, no. But I played the beginning of it as well.
Gotcha.
So the rules are, as soon as you recognize it as the original, you're out. So I don't know if you've paid attention, but I did that. I did a preview of my Christmas shirts. I do a Christmas Holiday Madness shirts for school, where I'll wear a different holiday shirt every day of school for the month of December. I did a preview on December 1st. I was like, here's my Christmas shirt, but the music I put behind me was Last Christmas by Wham. So if you click on it...
Are you going to watch Last Christmas at some point this month and
dude,
post that
so
with the song
good.
in the background?
Yeah, man.
Made some hot cocoa to watch this bad boy on your Instagram story, but it's just like, Last Christmas.
Yeah.
Like,
I did one to get some of our wrestling fans out there. I posted a clip of me. I said, I really miss this Kenny Omega, and it was Kenny Omega doing the whole goodbye and goodnight. And as soon as he says "bang," Last Christmas by Wham kicks in. Like, I mean, I am ready, dude. Like,
you're a Wham assassin, basically.
A Wham assassin. I'm taking people out left and right. But Whamageddon aside, it had to be mentioned because we are quickly approaching Christmas. It just had to be mentioned. But back to the task at hand. I am so sorry for interrupting you.
It's all right. You should get the opening lead to this. This is your film, man. Oh
my God.
This is the Dylan movie. You've been talking about this, forever. Do you want the good or the bad from me first?
Oh my God. So I should have known it was coming. Like, I don't know how anyone can not love.
I will give you the good. I did love this movie.
Okay, all right. As long as you did love this movie.
So I have a couple positives and negatives. I liked the movie. At the end of the day, I liked the movie. It's a movie that I will probably watch every year now. I'm all on board on that.
I win!
Well, you didn't fully win, because here's the flip side. Here's the but. If I had a gun to my head and I could only watch one adaptation of The Christmas Carol, it's not taking over the Muppets for me.
Okay, I assumed you would go Muppets.
I'm still leaning Muppets there. I will say that I think that this version of Scrooge is way more sinister and easy to hate than Michael Caine's version of Scrooge. So I think it's the better Scrooge. I think that the Ghost of Christmas Present, however, I'll take the Muppets, like, big, jolly, like, come in and know me better, man, version of the Ghost of Christmas Present over this guy who kind of just seemed pissed off at Scrooge.
Yeah, he's like, hey, have some of my wine, but also, I know you're a dickhead, bro.
Yeah, I feel like, and this is just from me personally, I always felt like, even when I read the book, that, like, the Ghost of Christmas Present is the most, like, soothing of the ghosts, and I did not get that vibe in this particular adaptation. I got that he was just as pissed off and angry as the next ghost that comes after him.
I would agree. Honestly, it is a little backwards in this adaptation. The Ghost of Christmas Past, being the older woman, is probably the most soothing of the three. I'm gonna be honest, this is my Scrooge. Like, this is the first I know. This was the first adaptation of A Christmas Carol I saw. Like, I mean, to the point where I didn't know A Christmas Carol wasn't a musical. Like when I was a kid, this was the version that we watched with my family. And it wasn't until other people started introducing me to different versions of A Christmas Carol that I realized, oh shit, like, no, I'm just weird. So, I mean, everybody always, they pick George C. Scott as Scrooge. Like, cool. I enjoy the George C. Scott version. In more recent years, I've heard people say, like, Henry Winkler is their Scrooge. To me, like, Albert Finney is my Scrooge. And I love... When I was a kid, I thought Albert Finney was as old as he was as modern-day Scrooge. And it wasn't until, like, in the later years where I was like, oh, shit, young Scrooge, that's actually Albert Finney. He's just wearing a fuck ton of makeup during the regular movie. Albert Finney is amazing to me. Like, I have so much sympathy for that character when we go back. That I'm going to get it out of the way. The Did You Cry? 100%. When he sings that You song, fuck, man, that...
I still, again, the Muppets is still got a lot of wins, but there's also 20 years of me watching the Muppets versus 2 days ago of watching this. But like I do, as much as I love here's how I'd say it. Thank You Very Much is a fucking standout song.
Oh yeah.
That song fucks. Honestly, the first 2 songs, I was also like, man, these songs kick ass. Like, I'm all in. My very first note was, I already love the music. Like, I'm into the music. But, I mean, you know my love of Paul Williams. Like, Paul Williams.
I know.
The music of Paul Williams in the Muppet Christmas Carol, I was just talking to someone else about this the other day, where it's like, those songs I mean, I think Thank You Very Much actually would fall in this category too, but the songs in Muppet Christmas Carol, even though they really are very Christmassy, like I could listen to those songs all year round. Like they're very, they've got such a beautiful like melody line, and they're so interesting and different. But let me read you a note.
Yeah, go for it.
That I wrote down that will make sense to you and me and a demographic of our listeners, but probably not all of our listeners. Was this Hammer Films presents Scrooge? Because there are so many moments that feel like it could have been ripped right out of Hammer Films. Specifically, Death's face, when you see that skull inside there. Because originally my note almost said, Death isn't as scary as he is in most other adaptations. And then he turned around and that face was there. And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
But also like just the door knocker face effect and like the ghost ricochet rolling through his house. Like it's all very Hammer Filmsy.
And I think that's what makes me love it. I think some of the things that a Christmas Carol adaptations have done is, while they are set at a certain time period, to me this movie feels like a period piece on top of it just being an adaptation of a Christmas
I think that
Carol.
this has also had the most, excluding stuff that's whole intention is to be the horror version of Scrooge, like something like Scrooged. This was of like a faithful adaptation of the source material, the one that I felt like leaned the most into the ghost and horror aspect of it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when Alec Guinness, who is incredible as Jacob Marley, I love when he fucking floats. He's like, ooh, like trying to scare the shit out of him. I love it. When he takes Scrooge away and he performs his song, See the Phantoms. Those fucking phantoms are horrifying, dude. Yeah. They're like really scary.
There's definitely a good amount of spookiness to it. Like I am like I said, I'll definitely watch this. I had to watch it on YouTube.
Apparently it is on Amazon Prime, apparently.
Yeah, that's fine. I like
something I'm just putting it out there.
This is something where now that I've watched it, like, hey man, you get me like a nice Blu-ray, like or whatever, like I'll put it in the collection happily.
Hell yeah. My unfortunately, like my parents bought the Blu-ray and they have the Blu-ray still at their house. I'd love a 4K release. Holy shit, that'd be amazing. But like,
look, we're living in a world where Scream Factory just announced that Alligator's getting a 3-disc 4K. So like Albert Finney's, hey, no one has been more excited about that announcement than this guy. Dude, I was losing my fucking mind. Like if I don't get this is going to be the first time in a long time where if I don't get a review copy of a Blu-ray, I'm like, I guess I'm going to spend the money. Like I need those two on Blue in my house. But
I ordered the 4K of Krampus. I can't wait for it to show up.
Yeah, the naughty cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me know if the naughty cut, before I ever put it in my collection, let me know if it's really that much of like if it's like one extra scene or some bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
I've heard it's not much. Like if you already own the other ones or you want to own the movie, from what I've heard, the extras are cool, like the extra interviews, but like the extra scenes are more just like more cursing.
I just wanted some more gore. I wanted to.
Yeah. There's not much more of that, like a little bit, but not much more of that. But I also don't own the Blu-ray. That's another one, much like Scrooge, that like I got when I was living with my parents, and like it's theirs, so I didn't take it. So I was like, fuck it. If I'm gonna buy it, I might as well get like the definitive version of it
until 5-10 years from now when there's a new definitive version.
Exactly.
Hey, we found an extra 10 seconds that we're going to put into it.
And it's on 8K. You're in the fucking movie. I know. I'm beating a dead horse here, but this movie, like my mom and I, when I was a kid, would sing I Hate People as we walked around Christmas shopping. Like when I lived like in Glen Burnie. Like, I mean, we bonded over this movie. I think when we chatted about 8-Bit Christmas, you said that the writer had said, A Christmas Story is not just my favorite Christmas movie, it's one of my favorite movies. I think I would put this up there. I think this is like one of the few Christmas movies that is also on one of my favorite movies lists. I love the story of A Christmas Carol. It is one of my favorite stories of all time.
So I have two thoughts that I'm going to say, and these are two controversial one's not a controversial last thought. I mean, I read it every year. Right same, around December 20th, I just read a chapter a night, and then I read the last chapter when I wake up Christmas morning. It's beautiful. I have said, controversially, as a person who works at a church, that I think that the story of Scrooge is more important to Christmas than the story of Jesus.
So you're not wrong. I mean, I
think that represents more of what Christmas is actually supposed to be about.
I agree.
Than the Jesus story. And I feel awful saying, like, I'm like, I should not be saying this sentence, but I do, man. I think that it's the story of like, no one is bad forever.
Exactly.
Like you can, you can overcome that.
That's the Christmas season. We'll always go back to that line from Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas. The meaning of Christmas is that Christmas has meaning. And I think that is fully summed up in the story of A Christmas Carol, that you can make those changes in your life. And I fully believe, I think there are certain adaptations where I'm like, okay, this dude's just going to be fucking cool on Christmas. But I genuinely believe that, like, in adaptations like this, I think Michael Caine in The Muppets, I genuinely believe that these characters have changed. And I would love to see we're writing it, dude. Scrooge 2, bro. We're making it happen. There's just so many perfect lines in A Christmas Carol in general. Like, if they had rather die, then they had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Like every time they say that, it makes me so angry. But I want to jump back to what we were talking about for one quick second. I was like looking up.
Sorry, I'm all over the place.
No. I just wanted to get the quote exact. Yeah, when you're talking about like these people are changed forever, I think the movie Scrooged, Bill Murray gives this marathon speech, and I'm not going to read the whole fucking speech from that movie. But there's one part of the speech always stuck out at me, which is when he says, I get it now. If you give, then it can happen. Then the miracle can happen to you. And it's not just the poor and the hungry. It's everybody who's got to have this miracle. And it can happen tonight for all of you. If you believe in the spirit thing, the miracle will happen. And then you'll want it to happen again tomorrow. And you won't be one of those bastards who says Christmas is once a year and it's a fraud, because it's not. It can happen every day. You just got to want that feeling. And if you like it and you want it, you get greedy for it and you want it every day in your life. And that can happen to you. And it's like, that sums up like how I feel about Christmas so much, is like, when you're like, I love Christmas, I wish it could be Christmas every day. Like, people think of that as like, you just want presents every day and to get it fat on ham. And it's like, no, I like imagining a world where every day people treat each other as nicely as they treat each other on Christmas morning.
Yeah, like, for sure. It's and it's the season, man. It's the fucking season. I've said it once, I'll say it again. If we could just end Christmas and then start again on September 1st, and we could just have these 4 months, because it just feels like 4 months of celebration. Just 4 full months of celebration. And I absolutely adore it. And that line from Scrooged is absolutely perfect. And I think why I don't hold Scrooged and the Muppets in the same regard as 1970s Scrooge is the same reason you just said. Like, I've also had 20 years of seeing the Muppets over and over again. I saw the Muppets Christmas Carol for the first time in high school. Like, I mean, I didn't grow up watching it.
I saw it in theaters. Yep. I saw it like opening weekend at theaters. I was like, I'm not missing the Muppets.
and having this one ingrained in my head, it was always being closed-minded, like, not my fucking Scrooge, bro. Not my president. Not my Scrooge, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what, though? We'll eventually... I think that Muppets Christmas Carol is going to be one of those ones. Not saying that you dislike Muppets Christmas Carol.
No. I absolutely adore Muppets Christmas Carol.
But I think that that's going to be one of those ones where whatever love you have for that movie, when we eventually do the episode and you hear me talk so passionately about it... it's going to bump up a notch. It's not going to pass Scrooge. Like Scrooge will
No,
still be
it's
top
still
tier.
gonna be number
but
one.
I think you're going to be like, oh yeah. But I know that the Muppets has frequently been referred to as like the most faithful adaptation of the source material, because it really doesn't go anywhere outside the book, and most of the dialogue is almost verbatim exactly how it was written.
Yeah, it's just
but this is pretty
by puppets.
fucking close
Yeah.
too, up until like, for someone who reads the book every year, I still don't remember parts of it, which always makes it exciting when I read it the next year. But I don't remember Scrooge hanging out in hell for so long.
Yeah, so the hell scene is a little weird for me. It always has been as a kid, because I would watch it on VHS and TV, and they actually don't have the hell scene on the TV cut.
He falls into the grave and he lands
Yep,
in his...
and
That
wakes up
seems like the
right
way
in
it
the
should
bed.
be.
Yeah,
Like,
so I don't know if like there was a reason, like if that was added in later or what, but yeah, it was always like, no, he falls into the hole and he wakes up in his bed.
that just seems to make more sense to
Yes.
me. Like it
Yeah,
just,
the hell scene's
like,
real weird, and I saw this. My family and I actually went to see the live version at the Hippodrome in Baltimore when I was a kid, and that scene's not in it either. It is real fucking weird with the shirtless demons coming through carrying his chain. Like it's absolutely insane.
It's fucking wild.
It
It's
is
like,
so wild.
I feel like it can just be described as it's 1970.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it really is. We're like,
it's some
hey,
real
let's-
1970 ass shit in the middle.
Let's
of this movie.
do this weird shit. It's so good, man. It's so good. I love it so much. Fuck it. Father Christmas. See the Phantoms. December the 25th. Correct. December the 25th. Correct.
It's. I mean, the
Oh my
music
God.
is really fire.
Oh, it's Fezziwig. Albert Finney is so good. Dude, rest in peace. Didn't he just pass away recently too?
I think it was
like
fairly recently.
Yeah, it was like a couple years ago, either last year or a couple years ago. Some of the upsetting things, the soundtrack's been dealt with like legal issues and stuff, so it's never been repressed.
I was gonna ask because I was trying to find these songs on Spotify, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this doesn't sound right.
They have the original Broadway cast stage version of it, but the actual soundtrack can be found via YouTube, but it is all ripped from vinyl. I'll see vinyl copies pop up on Discog ever so often. Not super expensive, so I'm kind of iffy. Like I really want to own it, but I'd really like to find it in the wild so I can take a look at the disc and stuff. I have seen like more expensive copies pop up. I would adore having this soundtrack on me. I actually sang Thank You Very Much for an audition in high school. So
How'd that go?
I got cast. So
There you go. That's all that matters.
yeah, man. So yeah, it's oh my god. There's just like little things I could talk about this movie.
mean, this is the hard part. This is the part that's difficult about what we do.
It is.
It's because I've experienced this with Horror Movie Night. I've
Yeah.
experienced this with One Hit Thunder. The more I love something, I feel like the shorter the episodes always are because
Yeah!
I'm so just like, this is great. And it's like, you love something so much that you either A, can't articulate why you love it.
Exactly.
Or B, you rattle off all of the reasons in a matter of like 5 minutes.
And I feel like that's
because
I love the sets. I love the characters. I love the acting. The songs are amazing. They get stuck in my head. I absolutely love all the songs. We haven't even talked about, I know you're not a big fan of the Ghost of Christmas Present, but I Like Life is a fucking banger.
No,
I
mean,
life. Life likes me. Oh my god, it's so good, dude. And then they play the minister's cat.
it's a great film. It really is. It's a masterwork of cinema. There you go. So,
Thanks. I just a hint of sarcasm in there a little bit, but it was nominated for multiple Academy Awards, so
There you go.
Some people thought so. Oh my
no,
god.
I mean it was well reviewed. It was well received. I couldn't really find anything on like, was this like a box office smash or was it kind of just like a in the middle of the road type thing? Like,
I mean, it earned
Wiki
$3
just said how
million,
much
but
it
that's
made.
it.
That's what I mean. Like, I was like, I was like, and like, what did it open 7th? Like, if it opened 7th, $3 billion doesn't really mean that much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've never heard anyone say like a bad word about it, but I don't know if it was a bomb.
I don't know. So this is going to sound really insulting, and I don't want it to sound insulting.
Here we go.
The thing that kept running through my head when I was watching this is like, I can't imagine watching this in a movie theater. Like, like in a weird way, like it kind of feels like a TV movie type vibe to it. And it's not like age. Like, it's not like I watch movies from like the 50s and be like, yeah, I can totally like see myself packing into a theater. And I think it's because you said like it's such a period piece. It's like, I just think it's all of these elements that you don't really think of like big movie theater release when you associate those that framework to it. I'd love to like see the trailers for this and see like, how was this advertised in 1970 to like get people to come to the theater? Because I am really curious. Like, I feel like historically, I don't think Christmas Carol does as well as a movie box office wise as we like to imagine it would.
I don't know. How much did like the Jim Carrey one? How well did the Jim Carrey one do?
Let me see. Okay, never mind. I mean, it made back its budget, so
there we go. I mean, it's
so.
As long as it's not 3-hour episodes of Guy Pearce sexually assaulting his worker's wife. I mean, we're good. I don't know if you.
What are you talking about?
The FX A Christmas Carol. Did you never see this?
No.
Oh my God. So FX in 2019 did a Christmas Carol adaptation starring Guy Pearce as Scrooge. It's 173 minutes long, 3 episodes, and it is fucking bonkers, dude.
All right. I want to look up something real quick.
Okay.
Yep. No, I don't know any of these songs. I just saw that Thank You Very Much lost the nomination for Best Song of 1970 at the Academy Awards, and I was like, what the fuck beat it? But I don't know any of these songs.
And you don't know what beat it?
I don't know any of these songs. No, it was something from Lovers and Strangers called For All We Know.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about was the like opening credit sequence.
Yes.
Like, those matte paintings are absolutely amazing. I
Really
was like,
nice.
what Tim Burton ass motherfucker?
I could have done without, speaking of the Christmas goose, and I'm not a dude who's like, oh, I don't like to see dead animals on a film, like whatever. Man, this movie did nothing to convince me that Christmas goose is good. Like, those things they look fucking disgusting.
I will try it. I tried fruitcake for the first time 2 years ago, and that shit is just as disgusting as it is like portrayed in the movies. So.
You know what we still need to do eventually, and obviously we weren't able to pull it off this year, but maybe next year, or if we do a Christmas in July thing, and I was thinking about this, is we still need to get the Christmas crackers thing that everyone
oh my God, you're right.
We
do. Well, let's do the Christmas July thing. So I'm reading the first Harry Potter book, and one of the things he opens are Christmas crackers.
See, I just always assumed it was like animal crackers, but like in Christmas shapes.
Oh shit! But I'm trying to figure out. I guess he's a fucking wizard, because apparently, like, he opened Christmas crackers and he got like a chess set and stuff. So I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't even think about it from that stance. I've read that book a million times and it never clicked in my head.
Fucking Scrooge, man. Thank you very much, Matt, for sitting down and watching a 2-hour musical. There's not a lot of people in this world that if I requested, like, hey, can you watch this 2-hour 70s musical that's an adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and then we talk about it for 30 minutes.
Why would I deny myself something amazing like this?
Oh, I'm so glad you loved it. I was so worried that we were going to come in this thing, and you were going to be like, this fucking sucked.
Oh, you mean how you treated Emmett Otter? With disgrace? I'll also promote this. I mean, obviously, this is coming out beforehand, but live stream on Geekscape.
Yeah, man.
YouTube channel, Geekscape TV. Search it out. 16 straight hours of content.
Yeah. It's going to be great, and it's for a phenomenal cause.
Yeah, we're going to help out a kid named Liam, and I can't fucking wait. If you have even just a couple minutes throughout the day, definitely hop onto the live stream. It's going to be streaming on Facebook. It's going to be streaming on YouTube. It's going to be on Twitch. It'll probably be on multiple Facebook pages because I can stream to 10 places at once. So if you're on the Christmas 365 Facebook page, you'll probably see it.
Yeah.
And like, if you can donate some money to Big Brothers Big Sisters, they would really appreciate your support, and I know we would appreciate the support as well.
100%. 100%. And before we close out, I do like around the Christmas season to give like a pick of the week, because we've always got things happening. We're always trying to surround ourselves with Christmas things. For anybody who's in the comic book world, I've been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is completely set during Christmas time, and it's like just swinging around New York City during Christmas. It feels as magical as you would imagine it. So check that out. And also, I'm gonna put my foot down here and say, fuck Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. All right, that's my least.
Hold on. I don't disagree with you putting your foot down.
Merry Christmas, Matt.
But we gotta show a little bit of respect to at least Spider-Man 2, which is
Spider-Man 2 rules. No,
like,
respect to Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1 is trash.
But it's like one of those things where you also have to like, I feel like it's a movie that's easy to look back at now and say this was trash, but like obviously it was fucking groundbreaking.
Oh yeah, at the time, like your
we
first
wouldn't be
real
anywhere
big budget.
where we are, without it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So it's like the first X-Men movie. Like those movies are more important than they necessarily are good. But and both of them have a far superior sequel. So.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is absolutely amazing. We're gonna watch Spider-Man 3 here shortly, and I'll probably be back. I'll probably be back to the whole fuck this series. I think my biggest thing is like so many people hated on the Andrew Garfield flicks, and I'm like, bro, those Maguire flicks weren't that good either. Like,
you know what, Dylan? There's only one other thing to say at this point.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Dude, Merry Christmas, bro.
Oh, now we won't stop till the big ball drops on New Year's. Happy holiday, have a great holiday, have a merry happy holiday.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.